So here we are in the second part of the Einmannpackung Type 1, and here are the components for the lunch. So I chosen these items on my own, and the first one is this Indian rice dish with poultry meatballs. The dessert will be the hot cakes. It's a very hard biscuit with the margarine and the two jams. So the first one is apricot, the second one is black currant. I'm talking here about that I'm a little anxious about mm, the black currant because it can be very sour. So the next item on the list is the coffee with whitener and sugar. And the last two items are these Orifo type um, isotonic drinks. They are exotic flavored. And yeah, basically this is all I have for lunch. I was preparing some water and heated up the main dish. So here we are after I brought some hot water for the coffee, some cold water for the isotonic drinks, and I also heated up the main dish. But first of all, I made the coffee. It is the same type as it was in the breakfast. So this is actually two portions of coffee. This one little pouch. It requires 300 milliliters of water, but this cup is only 250 milliliters, so a little stronger than it is recommended. With the coffee, I used the coffee whitener and the sugar, and here it is how it looks like after I poured everything into my cup. Here comes the hot water, some steam from the hot water. It's very hot actually. And I eyeballed around 200 milliliters of water here. As the as the uh, as the one man package doesn't include any cutlery, I had to use my own spoon machine. This time the spoon was used to stir up the coffee. After the coffee, I choose to make the isotonic drinks. As I had two pouches, I prepared 800 milliliters of cold water because one pouch is used for 400 milliliters of water. It can be seen on the pouch itself. Uh, a little side note here, the isotonic drink contains much amount of vitamins and minerals and whatsoever. At late, here I'm showing it. Um, it contains a lot of vitamins and minerals. The odor was not so pleasant. It was very artificial. It smelled almost like plastic. I'm not kidding. Yep, it's all actually almost smelled like plastic and very artificial, as already said. So after the first pouch, I'm opening the second one and pouring it in too. I'm using my trusty scissors. I I had some failures in the breakfast with the breakfast, so I'm using the scissors. I'm mixing it up with my knife. It's also cutlery from the spoon machine. So as you can see, I'm very bored myself with this mixing and stirring. Mm, the powder turned into a very bright yellowish color. It's something between yellow and orange. I could not decide which color it's best fits. But here I stirred it up and put it aside. And the scenery changed. My almighty tray has appeared. I I put on the tray the jams, the margarine, and the biscuits. And first I open up the biscuit. It has a very shiny packaging, and and this time I played around, and it reflected the light from the from my light source very hard. I do not think that it is a good choice for the battlefield. But who am I to judge such decision? the the outer shiny layer of mm, foil contained an inner packaging, which is a paper, a hard paper, almost like a cardboard box type of paper. It protected the biscuits very well. No collateral damage this time. This is the first 6 pieces of biscuit, and here are the second 6 pieces of biscuit. The paper did a very good job. Actually, it did a job. We have here in Hungary a very similar type of biscuit. It is not that hard. It is called everyday biscuit, as I know, and it has the same texture, the same flavor, and the same odor, mm, which all are very pleasant. just not this hard. It is not this hard to chew. So, as I said, the biscuit has a flavor to it, a very shallow, sweet flavor. It is there, but not overwhelmingly powerful. But here I'm already tasting the apricot jam, trying to show it to the camera, and it was delicious. Mm, I felt the mm, fruit, the apricot. I felt the aroma of the fruit. Mm, Not too sweet, but very very refreshing. On the other hand, here is the blackcurrant jam. The black dots are actually the seeds of the blackcurrant, so it is as the same with the apricot jam, very fruity, very very pleasant, not so sweet, a little hint of sour. Um, yeah, it was actually very good. Here I'm kneading up the margarine. Don't know if it's required, but I did it anyways. And at this time it doesn't try the margarine. Only later with the biscuits. And here is our main dish, the Indian rice rice dish with poultry meatballs. Yeah, it's a very long name for a dish. Uh, I heated it up within boiling water, and it was strange because I almost left it in the boiling water for 10 minutes or so, but still it was only lukewarm, so I could have lasted it there more time. I was explaining that the manufacturer recommends to cut the foil from the tray, but I felt strong and I managed to get the foil from the tray in one piece. And here is our main dish. It is a very yellow dish. I had to clean my hand. Yep. Let's go back to the main entree here. As you can see, the rice is very very golden yellow, and this was because the dish contained a very good portion of curry. I could smell it from 2 feet away that this dish is very spicy, very vibrant, very very delicious. I haven't tasted yet, but I couldn't imagine that this will be a very good dish. So here it is, only the rice this time, and yeah, I could go tell the future because it was very very good. I had to take a second bite. It was that good. And here I'm cutting up the poultry meatball. The dish contained four pieces of this meatball. Each one was in the corner of the tray. And actually it worked really well together. The meatball doesn't that tasty. It's a regular meatball as you would make it your own, but it was very delicious with the Indian rice. The rice contained some carrots, paprika, and corn, but the main source of the flavor was the curry powder. It was actually very good. I'm tasting it again. I liked it very, very much. But here is the time I had to switch over to the dessert. Some margarine on the biscuit. And I tried both jams, the apricot and the blackcurrant jam. Here are they. I'm showing it to the camera. The first bite was the apricot jam, and it was wonderful, just wonderful. So the biscuit was still hard. I could not manage to soften it up. The margarine was a little um, sour because of the vinegar it contained, but the jam controlled the flavor of the whole bite because it was very fruity, very appealing to me, and it was even better with the blackcurrant jam. I liked it very much. I was always a fan of the apricot jam, but now I am a believer that the blackcurrant jam is also good. Here I'm portioning out a little isotonic drink. As said before, it is the exotic type, exotic flavored isotonic drink. The smell was still artificial, a little on the plastic side, but the flavor was very bad. Actually, this was the low point of the whole lunch. This isotonic drink. I doesn't like the flavor. It was too artificial. Nothing, nothing enjoyable. Uh, um, so the vitamin and mineral content is very good, but they could have chosen a better uh, a better flavor to this isotonic drink because it was very unpleasant. Nevertheless, I drank the whole 800 milliliters of it. It's not the worst thing of the world, don't get me wrong, but if you can make such delicious main entree, you have such delicious jams, you could have some better drinks um, in your ration pack. And here I'm trying the coffee, same as it was for breakfast, and it tasted actually the same, so nothing new to discover here. I made an experiment to with the coffee and the hotcakes. Uh, the experiment failed as the biscuit is very tough, very hard. After I synced it in the coffee, but the main dish was good. The dessert was good. Only the isotonic drink was bad. And the dinner only included four types of things. The first one is the ravioli in mushroom sauce. Yep, that's the one. That's the ravioli. The second one is the, it's a hard word, semolina pudding. Yep, the second one is the semolina pudding with fruit. The third one is the chocolate, and there are some other isotonic drinks, this time with grapefruit flavor. And I heard very good things about this chocolate, so I was eager to taste them. So after a time travel, I arrived here with 800 milliliters of water, using my scissors to open up the grapefruit flavored drinks. So as before, each pouch required 400 milliliters of water, and since I have two pouches, I'm using 800 milliliters of water. Here I smelled the content of the pouch, and actually it was something like grapefruit. This white powder. Actually, it smelled like grapefruit. The odor was much better than it was with the exotic type drink, and I'm intermixing it with the water. The end result is a much brighter, yellower color than it was with the exotic type isotonic drink, and it incorporated very fast with the water. I'm bringing up my almighty tray Here it is. Everything has its place, even the piping hot main dish. So when I had the dinner, the 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 main entree didn't heat it up very well. So this time I left it, I think 12, 13 minutes in the boiling water, and it was very hot. But not let us not jump that forward. Here is the pudding, the semolina pudding with fruits. So here I was reading the ingredients list, and it came out that the fruit content is pineapple, peaches, tangerine, and apples. And the pudding was made with heavy cream, not with milk. This was this I could feel on the taste, but now I'm opening up the chocolate. Some collateral damage here, and this chocolate was packaged 2012, and when I tried out this chocolate it was 2016. So I it's a very sturdy little chocolate piece, because no no markings are present on the chocolate itself. So this white coating was completely missing, which is a good thing, I think. Here I'm trying to do the same thing with the foil as I did with the main dish at dinner time. I'm struggling with the foil, as you can see. I gave it a last chance. Yep, I think, yep, it was. I had a little success, so I continued forward. But I had to give up and get my knife. So after I had my knife, the foil gave up very easily. It's a very good knife, actually. Opening up this package so fast, and there you go. It doesn't help that it was very hot, so the struggle was real. And what would I be without my scissors? I had to cut it down. But after this struggle, I went myself to taste the raviolis, and that is actually one very large ravioli with this velvety mushroom sauce, and it was delicious. I must say, it tasted even better than the Indian rice dish, rice pot. The raviolis had some meat filling. I'm trying to show here, I think. Yep. Some sauce was in the way. I solved it. Yes. And here is the ravioli itself. The the filling is a processed meat, but nevertheless very delicious. The pasta was very good. It wasn't mushy. It was almost al dente, but I like it when my pasta is uh, softer than the al dente state. So here I'm trying out the ravioli with the sauce, without the sauce. The sauce only the mushrooms from the sauce, and it is very good. Showing off the ravioli for the last time, I think. Yeah, it's a very good dish. You can say that it was the highlight of the whole experience. And here I turn myself for the pudding, the semolina pudding with fruits. It had a very yellowish color. I think the fruit content colored the semolina. Yep, it's a very hard word. and and as you can see, the fruits were on the bottom of the foil of the tray, and the semolina was on the top of the fruit. As already I said before, the pudding was made with heavy cream, and I could taste it. It was much softer, much lighter than that made with milk. And I could not explain, but it had a very cake-like aroma. The odor was very cake-like when I opened it up. Possibly some spices. Sorry, some spices or lemon zest. But it was good. Mm, a little too mushy for me, too soft. I liked it when my pudding is hard. Mm, that's what she said. Uh, Here I tasted the chocolate, and it was good. Nothing outstanding. 45% of cocoa can be found in the chocolate, so it's not bitter. No bitter at all. I had better chocolate. I had worse chocolate than this, but it's a good chocolate. The hype was bigger than the uh, results, so to say. Ooh. Let's go and taste the isotonic drink with this grapefruit flavor. As I already said, the scent was very grapefruit-like, so you can say it had a grapefruit-like odor. Here I'm showing off the color, but the flavor was not so good. I had the same problem with it as with the exotic type drink. It was very artificial, almost like plastic. So these isotonic drinks are the low point of this whole meal, and I wish they had a different kind of of drinks, and my wishes were granted as these isotonic drinks were replaced. I have some other one-man packages around, and they have different kind of mm, drinks in them. So this was the lunch. I ate everything from the tray, and I will come back with a little review, some final thoughts about the menu, about the whole box. So please stay with me. So here is the end of my video where I share with you my thoughts about the one-man package Type I. And I remembered that I had some elements of the of the package which I didn't show you. This is the wet wipe. I didn't open it. Here are the matches, and I just noticed the noticed it after the video that these uh, these matches were produced in Hungary. So these one-man packages have something to do with my country, and I could not open it with without my scissors. I feel a little shame. The package itself looks very similar to US Emery matches, but here are here the matches are made out of wood instead of paper, and only 20 matches are in the box. Yep, there you can see Europe matches Ungarn. Uh, those were the little pouch of salt and the water disinfection tablets. And last but not least, here is the chewing gums with menthol flavor. I didn't try them out at this stage. But I already ate all of them. So, my final thoughts about the Einmannpackung Typ I. It is a very good package. It's a very thought through ration with very good main entrees. So this rice pot was delicious. The ravioli was overwhelmingly good. And these are the best entrees I had at this time. Um, the hotcakes were very pleasant too, and the box itself, it it's it's a great little box. You can fit to it many uh, items, and I could made 3 meals out of this box. But the 3 meals were not enough for one day. Mm, they were very good, very thought through meals. I chosen them myself, but they were not enough. The challenge was in the beginning of the day that I only eat the content of this ration, but I failed. I had to eat some sandwiches, I think, during the day. Um, yeah. So that part I could not achieve. And the second bad thing about this ration are the isotonic drinks. They are awful. They are very, very bad, and they must replace them. Here I'm talking about the paper I received with the package. Content list was written on the paper in German, English, and French. I, yep, here I'm talking about the isotonic drinks, how bad they were, and I think that's all from me about this one-man Packung, Einmannpackung. I enjoyed to review this package. It was very, very good. I thank you that you watched this video. If you like it, please subscribe, share, like, or whatsoever. So thanks for watching. Bye. Eat good and be good.